This is so much like a Chinese warrior. I kind of feel like I'm holding one of the miniatures from Night at the Museum. Long ago, Hasbro released a yearly exclusive figure to celebrate the Chinese New Year. While most of them were simple repaints of older figures and they stopped making them at some point, they rebooted it in 2024 for the Year of the Dragon, with a dedicated remold inspired by Chinese culture. First, I love the specialized package. I love the dragon on the front, the decor, the specialized logo 2024 in the corner, but mainly the gorgeous gold and red colors that take over the entire box and artwork. Inside, there's a two-piece display stand with a base featuring the stone sidewalk texture. The beam has typical flight stand ports and a cradle for the dragon. You can also take all 4 pieces of the spear with the flame effect on top. Too bad there's no spot for the shield. Let me introduce you to Crimsonflame. At first, it's not a good pitch. You want to take one of the worst deluxes from the last night's Steelbane and turn it into someone made up, but I think it works, especially when you fill out the body by attaching the shield. Instead of a medieval dragon, Crimsonflame uses bright red and transparent gold as well as newly remolded limbs to clip the wings entirely, and the shape of the head with the strands flowing from the nose, showing that this is now inspired by the mythical Eastern dragon. Fun fact: while certain body parts might be disjointed with the feet sitting there, I like the armored hips, the smooth robot shins as the neck, the fiery tail, the electrified horns, and how he sits in the stand. There's a blast port in the mouth and portholes in the hand so he can hold the lantern. This is a nice long dragon that actually holds up, despite the shady introduction of the mold and the concept. Stick around and you might be surprised. Robot mode.
Long before time had a name, the first Spinjitzu master created Ninjago.
There's a hush in the crowd, a chill in the air, and the feeling is tense. Despite the dragon, is the quality of the robot just as bad as Steelbane? Thankfully, no, and we can all sigh in relief. This is not only solid, but as a resculpt, his form is inspired by a Ming Dynasty Chinese warrior. The back keeps the kibble with the arms, head, and the tail getting in the way of the knee joint, and the shins have no paint, but I like the round flow and design elements like the chest and shoulders that fit into the new, especially the belt and armor draped over the abdomen. It all becomes a well-made mixture fitting the theme, but since there was a Red Knight in Transformers 5, you can put him with the rest. I love the head, the perfectly encapsulated essence of the warrior's helmet, the point on top, the dark red, and the noble face features. It's almost like articulation! Head rotation, ball joint shoulders, rotation below elbow bend, wrist rotation, ball joint hips, rotation below knee bend, hinge, and ball joint feet. Now this, I applaud Hasbro for. All the joints are solid. I can just set him aside and stand him without any issues. The side of the waist and sometimes the tab and the torso might slip out, but trust me, that's nothing by comparison. Let's take a look at the accessories. Turn the stand around and you could still use it. There's a cool decorated shield surrounded by a metal frame that plugs on the side of the dragon feet. Then there's 4 newly made parts for the figure. There's a small flare effect, a decorative piece with a lantern and tassels, a handle with gold and a red ribbon, and a 3-barreled piece. These two combine to form a Ming-style 3-eyed gun that can plug on the side. To complete the peg for the hand, combine it with the lantern and add the blast effect to use it as a spear. This might not be a figure people will take immediate interest in. They might be hesitant from the mold it reuses or think it'll be somewhat hard to get, which in Canada it surprisingly wasn't, but the respect in the new sculpt and design works in its favor. I love the new dragon form taking inspiration from Chinese myth, and the robot's warrior design complements every part it uses or reuses. The weapon is nice, keeping with the theme, and it feels like a good blend of Transformers and the inspired culture. He kinda looks like Alpha Trion, but, you know, made in China.